everyone gathered over here so we can get started. I'm Marissa. This is my 5th year getting to run Midwest Devo. I've been a part of it since maybe 8 years now. My son is 14. Raise your hand, Topher. I get to embarrass you. He's been part of the program since he's been 8. So there we go. Okay. I do apologize. I added more slides than I usually do, but I wanted to just really imagine how this works as a community more than what we are doing on the bike. So what is Midwest Devo? We are a group of volunteers that get kids on bikes. If we have to just make it as simple as possible. We are 100% volunteer run. We have kids from 8 to 18 on our Midwest Devo program. We do have some children, young adults, developing into our Midwest Next program, which we'll talk about very briefly. But all in all, Midwest Devo is just a bunch of like-minded people that like to be outside, they like to be active, they like to be on bikes. Who are we? Kind of same thing. We're made up of 8 to 18 kids, boys and girls, new to bikes, veterans to bikes. If you've just rode your bike on the Monon or riding the sidewalk in your neighborhood, or if you've been riding a bike for many, many years, we make up all of those things. This is our board. We are, again, volunteers, so if you are a board member, please raise your hand. And if people have questions, they know to reach out to you. So we've got Andrew and Scott, Brett, Jeff, Drew, Beth. Candace is somewhere around here. Anyway, our partners, big partnership with BGI as we are all in the BGI Palace. Scott Helvey, if you could raise your hand again. Big thanks to Scott for giving us such a warm home. He is the owner here at BGI, also a parent to 2 kids on our team. Indy Cycleplex and the Major Taylor Velodrome, which we'll get to. Bike 13 is our partner in our kits. Obviously, USA Cycling. Marian University, we have close hands holding with them. And Elemental Fitness, who partners with us on strength and Pilates to keep our kids strong. So, what do? We open the door as wide as possible for kids 8 to 18 as far as they want to go in cycling. We'll talk more about racing, but we also don't need to race. We hope that everyone tries a race on Midwest Devo, but you don't have to race to be part of our team. There's an idea that we are just a race team, but I want to reiterate that we are not just a race team. We are kids and families that want to get together and ride bikes. We just love bikes. It doesn't have to race to love a bike. I didn't say this at the beginning, but if you go to our website, which is midwestdevo.com, to the join folder or the join page, this is a lot to read. I suggest that you read it on your own time, but I kind of broke up our program into 5 phases. The first one is community-based. You're learning how to ride a bike. You're learning some of the building blocks of what it means to be efficient on the bike, to be safe on the bike, and maybe racing for the first time. Phase 2, 3, and 4, I do have as optional. Phase 2 is casually competing at local and regional events and developing your racing skills and your racecraft over multiple seasons. Phase 3 is training and racing with intent and structure and getting more serious about your racing. Phase 4, which is definitely optional, is racing at an international and world level. There's a lot of other things involved in this phase that is very time consuming. This is definitely a single sport athlete, and this is not necessarily the end goal. And it's definitely not everyone's goal on Midwest Devo. It's great, but it's not necessary. So I want to stress that the path is not always just go and race overseas. Phase 5, which is our end goal, no matter what phase you jump from. So you can go from phase 1 to phase 5, phase 1 to 5, It is staying in the sport long term as a lifelong cyclist. So, what we really, really want is to develop kids from a young age to love riding their bike and to want to do it as long as they can. It's a healthy sport. It's easy to do as you age, and in the end, community is everything. And I think cycling has the best community. Giving back through mentorship, leadership, and volunteering. I also want to do a little bit as we talk about it's not always the end goal to compete at a high level. I do want to say a little bit about 2025's big moments. I'm going to start with cyclocross. Ethan Brown, Hadley Thompson, and is Jack here tonight helping?
He is somewhere. He maybe eating his dinner.
Okay. If I could have, are they all up there? Okay. We'll jump to track because I see Jackson. Is Evie here? Jackson and Evie, come on up, please. So I want to congratulate Jackson and Evie. Jackson, as it says here, he won 3 national titles and 3 silver medals this year at track national championships. Evie here is a 6-time national champion this year on the track as well. A small little thing. I'm going to get my bag. They haven't seen this yet, but I want to give you guys your brand new Madison national champion jerseys. Take it. So if you don't know, in national championships, you have to follow these rules about what your jersey can look like. But Madison is this crazy race where they're on a velodrome and you grab each other's hands and you swing each other in and you take pairs and it's mad. Madison is madness. So there's probably not a lot of opportunities for them to wear the true stars and stripes. So we decided to go a little fun on these ones so they can rep them anytime they want. So congratulations to Jackson and Evie. Okay. Ethan, I see is down here, and Jack, and Hadley Thompson. Ethan and Jack, come here.
No, he's not sat here yet.
Okay. All right. So cyclocross, which we'll learn more about momentarily, but I wanted to congratulate these 3 athletes plus one more. Calvin, who is at IU, he is a college kid, which he is part of the Midwest Next program. Jack this year pulled a 9th place in the junior 17-18. Hadley, 8th place. And then Ethan here is our 17-18 junior men national champion. Which Ethan was luckiest. He has like the most stars and stripes options. But that is what, when we say there's rules of what things can look like. It went from this to that is the new USA kit. And then he took his national champion kit, custom one, to Europe. So he already got to race in it, which will be the next thing is, thank you, kids. Calvin also 2nd in collegiate club at IU. Wait, Ethan, no, come back. And then Calvin and Ethan were also selected by Team USA to represent our nation at Cyclocross World Championships in Hulst, Netherlands this year, which was only, last weekend? Last weekend. So Ethan finished 16th and Calvin finished 33rd in the world. So big congratulations. Thank you for representing our team. Very cool stuff. 2025 recap, we're also going to congratulate 3 of our riders. I don't think Alec or Tegan is here. You already know Jackson's face. We this year have 3 kids that are going on to college with academic and cycling scholarships. Alec and Jackson are heading to Marion University, and Tegan is heading to the Savannah College of Art and Design, which is SCAD. So big congratulations to those kids going beyond high schools with their cycling program. 2025 final recap is we're kind of thinking about cycling beyond just the bicycle. So again, I'd like you to read this online if you'd like. These kids are developing a whole lot of other skills than just riding a bike with Midwest Devo. Real world experience, Tegan developed multiple event posters for our races that we present. So it was really great for her to develop real world experience at deadlines and working with clients. Navigating new cultures, logistics, and expectations for those that traveled overseas. In Canada, Midwest Next program developed their own budgets this year. They reached out to their sponsors that they wanted to acquire and created their own marketing plan. Also, as you'll see, a lot of our older kids are mentors to our younger kids. So you're developing a lot of character. And then public speaking and advocacy, I've been calling on kids to talk. So they don't like it, but it's good for them. Okay, back to bikes here. So our year in bikes, we start with mountain biking. We'll start this year in April, and then we take that through July. While that's happening, we're also doing trek, which Beth and Jackson will share more about. That starts in May, and that goes through September. In August, we pivot to cyclocross, which we'll share a little bit more about, and we take that through November. Really December if you're going to nationals. And then we do group rides as much as we can all year round. Where are we? So we spend a lot of time at the Indy Cycleplex, which is over at Marion University. They have a velodrome, and the velodrome is also acting as a cyclocross course in this picture. They also have a BMX track, a skate park, cyclocross, mountain bike trails. So we spend a lot of time over there. We also go to Town Run, which is at 96th and Ditch. And then we go to Fort Benjamin Harrison to ride mountain bikes. And then every now and then we go down to Southwest Way. So if we get into mountain biking, who here has not gone mountain biking? Just a few hands. So mountain biking, you go on a trail, you ride around the routes, you go over the routes, you go around the rocks. Sometimes there's some scary drops. Sometimes you don't know where you're going, but that's all part of the adventure. So we try our best to just enjoy the outdoors. Our first practice this year will be April 16th. All of these dates are on a calendar. Once you join the team, you can subscribe to our Google Calendar, and you'll have more things to do than you ever could have thought of. But this is also online, so if you don't need to take pictures, you can just go online and look at it. So again, we ride at Cycleplex, Town Run, Benjamin Harrison, and sometimes at Brown County. Here's some really fun things about mountain biking. Every ride feels like a new adventure when you ride with friends and explore the outdoors. I know that some of the best mountain bike rides I've been on are the ones that are the most ridiculous. You just pack your pockets full of snacks and you just go out and have a good time. So we love mountain bikes. We spend every Thursday riding them. We'll go from skills practice at the Cycleplex to applying your skills on mountain bike trails. Track. I'm going to hand the microphone over to Beth and Jackson. If you'd like to come back, I'll let you take it over. This is what Jackson looks like in spandex.
Oh boy.
Hello, I'm Beth. I kind of head the track portion of the Midwest Devo programming, I guess. So I also work as a velodrome, so I lead a lot of like the junior stuff, a lot of the women's stuff. So can I get a raise of hands of who has ridden on the velodrome before? Parents and kids. That's great. That's amazing. You? Great. So there's a lot of people that have already, which is great. So what is track? Track, first of all, if you don't know, it's the same name as a velodrome, so interchangeable words. Basically, it's a circular, almost like a running track, but for bikes. So in the turns, it's going to be banked just to help you go faster. So it's a very unique discipline. You'll find there's only, I think, 26, around 26. There's a new one in Arizona, and there's been some that have gone away. So about 26. Okay. So it's very unique. We have one in Indianapolis, so I always encourage people to at least give it a shot. If your kid is a little bit scared to do it, it's okay. You don't have to do it. I always want you to give it a shot, though. Anybody that wants to try the velodrome, we'll start day one. You're going to be just kind of learning the safety parts of the track, just learning how the bike works. You'll see we've got Jackson's bike over there just to show you what it kind of looks like. So it's on a fixed gear bike, so it is a little bit different. So it takes a little bit of learning on the first day, but yeah, one gear, no brakes on this one. That's just how it is on the track. So why would you want to try track? It's really a good learning experience for kind of getting different challenges. So if your kid is riding on like the road or on the mountain, it's just a little different. So it's a good challenge for them to set new goals, just try something new. It's good for handling too. Kind of learning new skills on like how to handle your bike, being in a group with other riders too. So that's a good individual skill as well. And yeah, main thing that I love about track too is just you get to go fast, and it's a lot of fun too. So we have junior training on Wednesday nights throughout the summer from May to September. So that's on Wednesdays 6 to 7:30 or so, if you choose to do so. We do have kind of an intermediate class. So once people kind of go through juniors, it's make it kind of a goal to go to the next step of intermediate training. So that's going to be on Monday night. So I feel for now, a lot of people will just be doing junior training. But yeah, it's great. Another thing too is just the lack of traffic on the track, right? There's just little risk in it. You're all going the same direction, which is just nice to not have to worry about cars on there too. So the track programming is free from Midwest Devo. Bike rental is included. So you'll see I've got over here, I don't know if all of you can see it, but I've got a little tiny blue bike. That's the smallest bike that we have in our rental fleet. So if your rider is maybe wanting to give it a shot, feel free. I'm going to have it around here, so come grab me. But you can have a seat on it, see if you'll fit. That's what the rental bikes will look like if you sign up. Again, it's from May 13th is the start track season. It goes usually through like Labor Day week, so like September 2nd. Throughout the summer, we've got a track camp planned at some point. Practice races on Wednesdays will include usually like once a month, just to get some practice races in, learn how the races go. We've got a couple marquee nights is what we call it too. So it's kind of a hyped up night of racing I think they're doing it on Fridays now at the track. So it's just racing for juniors, just a lot of fun. There's a DJ, there's food and all that stuff. So that's a fun time. And then we've got high school races at Collegiate Track Nationals in Indianapolis this year. So they've got a high school category, which is great. I'm always going to encourage people to give that a shot too, just to get into a kind of higher level of racing. And lastly, I feel like at the very top, we've got Junior Track Nationals happening in Trexlertown, Pennsylvania this year, which is very close as far as velodromes go. That's July 23rd to the 27th. So I'm going to encourage as many people to go to that as possible. So if you want to get your rider into track this year, there's plenty of time to be able to kind of learn how that goes and kind of improve skills and all that. So I'm going to pass it over to Jackson. If you can tell us just a little bit about your experience with the program. Jackson, you've seen all his national championships that he's won, so he's been here for a lot. He's kind of started from the very beginning. He started at a 101 at junior training. So yeah, tell us a little bit about your experience and what you like about track.
I guess I've already had a little bit of an introduction. My name is Jackson Clary. I'm 17 years old. I started riding the track in 2021. I started riding the track in 2021 through the junior nights on Wednesday nights. And like she said, I started off with the rental bikes, worked my way up. I'll even say the first time I actually didn't have the time of my life, but I kept coming back. It is a great track. The banking on the track is nothing to be scared of. Our track you cannot slip off of. I don't care how slow you go. It's a very safe track here. It is 333 meters around, which is a decently large size track, so you're not going to be pulling any G's in the corners. But the experience for me is, like I said, I worked my way up through the Wednesday nights. Eventually I got to the Monday nights, and now I'm getting to race all over the world. But enough talking about me. With all the riders out there, going to these Wednesday nights are so much fun. You get to make a bunch of friends. You get to learn how to ride the track. The track makes every aspect of cycling better for you. Your bike handling, your pedaling, and just overall race tactics. It teaches you a lot about riding and racing, and I just urge everybody to do it. I fell in love with the sport through the track, and so I just hope that any of you little kids out there would go ride the track and see if you can find that same passion for yourself. So if I could give one word of advice through Midwest Devo, is they put on a great program with the Wednesday nights, and I think each and every one of you should try it.
Thank you, Jax. I'm going to run through the rest of these slides, make sure there was nothing else we forgot. Why a velodrome? Indiana matters. We already talked about that. It is so cool that we have a velodrome. I urge everyone to use it. Parents, that means you too. They have T101s. I think they have 6 of them offered this year. There's intro racing for everyone, or there's just weekly training. Any Cycleplex at Marion University. So Beth Leeds, who's also a Marion University graduate, from their cycling program, national champion herself. Most of the coaches that help out at junior training are on the Marion cycling team. We have a very, very close partnership with them. Fred and Steph have been actively helping on a regular basis with junior training, being mentors. So you're learning from the best. Coaching mentorship. Let's see. So we're going to talk about cyclocross. So cyclocross, if you don't know what it is, it sounds a little crazy. But in August, we switched from riding mountain bikes to riding cyclocross bikes. There is a cyclocross bike behind me. I'm not going to pick it up. But it looks similar to a road bike with the drop handlebars. However, there are some differences. There's some tires that have a little bit knobs on them. Thank you, Fred. There's also a little bit more clearance in different areas to help with the mud. There's a higher bottom bracket. You can also shoulder it. He's gonna run up a big hill with that. So cyclocross bikes are gravel bikes work too, if you have one of those. Also, if you have a mountain bikes are perfect for cyclocross, ton of grip. So cyclocross is a whole lot of fun. It's kind of like a circus. If you notice here, all these kids are on some cyclocross bikes. You get off your bike, you ride in grass, you go down big hills in the dust, and it's a whole lot of fun. So on Thursdays, we do our cyclocross practice. Wednesdays, there's an extra practice called Hot Laps at the Velodrome as well. And then we also host our own cyclocross races as our team fundraisers. So cyclocross, anyone can try it. So if you're doing let me go backwards. You can do skills practice for cyclocross, but people don't go on a cyclocross ride, if that makes sense. You can go on a mountain bike ride, but you don't go on a cyclocross ride unless you're kind of just trying to do some sort of training program. But anyone can try it, and the races are on an enclosed course, and they're short. So when you go on a mountain bike race, you go out in the woods, mom and dad don't see you for 30, 45 minutes. In cyclocross, you see your rider almost the entirety of the race, and they go by you multiple laps. So it's kind of fun for everyone involved. Races are short. All of the skills that you develop as a cyclocross racer definitely translate to all of the other forms of cycling. So in mountain bikes, we do enough skills practice, but the kids love to ride the trails. So there's not a lot of one-on-one training. There's not a lot of one-on-one correction and help and sessioning of skills. but during cyclocross season, you learn all of that all of the time. So it's a great application for mountain bikes and other types of disciplines. Going to touch on Midwest next. So this year, Calvin Conaway, which Brett was just up here, aged out of our program, and he went to college. And this is Calvin here. And we started talking a lot about what happens after high school. If you don't go and race collegiately, but you want to stay together, what does all this mean? So we developed Midwest Next. We had kids that wanted to race at an elite level, go and race worlds. And so we developed a program that helps challenge kids at a high level. It was a really fun season for them. They did a lot of cool things. They're definitely like our sister team. And like I said, Ethan, Jack, Ava, and Calvin all did a great job this year. Brett, would you like to say anything?
We're doing great.
Great. Okay. Midwest Devo cyclocross events. So, like I said, we host 3 races ourselves. Devo Cross is our first one, and it is the taste test of cyclocross. We do this in the basin at the Cycleplex, and it is the same place the kids practice all year round. So, it's a familiar territory, hopefully less heebie-jeebies about racing a cyclocross race, and it's not a travel race. And a lot of our cyclocross races are through Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. So we like to put on Devo Cross so everyone can try one early and decide how much travel they want to do. If you don't want to travel, there's also 3 more races in the area. Brookside, which this is Brookside here. There's a staircase that the kids run their bikes up, which is really fun and very challenging. That is also state championships. The Major Taylor Cross Cup is a UCI race, which is bringing in riders from Canada. We had someone from Japan. We have people come from Belgium. So it's a really fun event to go to, even if you're not racing. And then we have Trees and Cross, which is at Brett's cabin. And that is a whole lot of fun. Volunteer committees. I know I've said this early on, but we are a volunteer-run organization, and we need your help. So if you are coming to our team and you've got a skill that you can help us with, whether it's marketing or social media, I guess those might be the same thing, or organization, or putting on a party for us, or whatever it might be, we need your help. So we'll talk more about how to get involved, but I want to put out there, the team doesn't run itself. The more you get involved, the more that you really do enjoy it. So I invite everyone to volunteer with us. Group rides. Part of the volunteer aspect is putting on group rides for smaller groups. So Thursday, we all get together. Anything else is run by a family or a team member that wants to get that group together, a small group together. So if you want to go to Town Run on a Monday night, or if you want to go ride the Moan on a Tuesday night, we encourage families to get groups together and put on some group rides throughout the year. So what's expected? Participate in as much or as little as you'd like. Like I said, we have a Google Calendar that has 1,000 events on it. There's plenty of opportunities to be involved. Does not mean that you need to be involved. We just hope that you do try as many things as you can, just because you never know what you're going to like. We encourage multi-sport participation. So if you're doing track and field, or if you're doing volleyball or basketball or cheerleading, that's totally okay. Don't quit the things that you love just to do another thing. So we do always practice on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesdays track, Thursdays team practice. We don't take attendance. We just hope that you come. So come to as much as you can. We keep our costs low in order to make people feel like they can do some of it and they don't have to feel like they have to do all of it. We have plenty of families that participate in all of it, and we have plenty of families that participate in some of it. What do you need? All that we require is a mountain bike that has brakes that work, a few gears that work, and a helmet. The helmet is the biggest thing. If you forget your helmet to come practice, you don't get to ride. That means when you're riding from your car to the bathroom, anytime you put your leg over a bike, you have a helmet on your head. It's a team rule, and we are very strict about it. So, mountain bike and a helmet. And if you got those things, you are game and you are ready to go. If you don't, BGI here is a great partner, and they do 30% off accessories, 15% off bikes. So once you join, you get put on a list. You can come in and say, hey, I'm a team member and I need to get my kids a new helmet because it's 3 years old. So the people here at BGI are super helpful. If you want to bring your helmet in and you're not sure if you need a new one, they can help you they can tell you that. We also have our support crew. So the support crew is for parents, friends, family, and people that just want to cheer on Midwest Devo and fly our colors. So there's not a fee to join. You just have to buy a kit. So the fit kits are over here again. I urge you to try them on. We have color options. I will say that everyone, the moms and the dads, love pink. You can see them anywhere you go, so they're great. Safety. We're big on safety. We are Safe Sports certified at the silver level. Our goal this year is to be Safe Sports certified at the gold level. And what that means is we have a lot of certifications and different ways that we have. I'm trying to think of the best words. Beth is our safety and well-being coordinator, but we do a lot of things to get Safe Sports certified. Part of it is the Safe Sport training, which is all about keeping kids safe. We have a lot of adults working with children, and we need to make sure that we all stay in line of what the parent and the child and the adult and child relationships look like. So we're very, very, very passionate about keeping kids safe. We also do concussion certifications. So any parent that wants to be a coach or any parent that wants to volunteer, we require these certifications to make sure if they see a child fall and hit their head, they know the concussion protocol. Same thing with the Safe Sport. If you want to be involved as a coach, as a volunteer, you need to go through Safe Sport training. It's all free. The first time you take Safe Sport, I think it's 90 minutes. Concussion, I think, is 30 minutes. But it's all very, very important. So our kids are also, there are kids programs for it too. Now the detail of how much does it cost? This year, our team membership is $335. This is all online. There's a lot of things that is included. You get the kit. This is a skin suit, so it's a one piece, but it includes the jersey and the bibs, the shorts, and that is half of your cost. So the other half goes towards everyone gets some custom stickers, a custom water bottle, 2 free race entries, national championships fees are paid, discounts, volunteer coaches get CPR training if they'd like it, same as first aid. We kind of like went through this exercise of like what's the real value, and we're thinking at least over $700 of value. Like I said, we want to keep costs as low as we can. We're all volunteers. Bikes are expensive, the gear is expensive, race fees, like everything does add up. So we try to keep our costs as low as possible. So we do have scholarships if necessary, but $335 is our joining fee for this year. Registration's open now. It's through our website. There's some QR codes located around the facility here too. I will stress that the kit order comes after you register, and if you register before the 15th and get your kit order in before the 15th, you are very likely to be able to get your custom kit before first practice. If you do not put it in before the 15th, it will likely be sometime at the end of April, maybe even May. Again, these are custom. They do clean up well, I promise. They are custom, so they take some time. I'm trying to think of what race that might be at. Kings, I think. Yeah. So this is cyclocross. The smiles on their faces say it all. It's ridiculous, but at the same time, it's a ball of fun. Thank you. That was my spiel. I'm trying to think of anything that I might have forgotten. I kind of went through everything fast. Team camp, I did think about that. Okay, so team camp is in our intro meeting. When you sign up, it says this is the most important event that you will come to all year. It is at the cabin, the Conaway cabin in the Brown County area. I believe it's Seymour. It is a overnight stay, is optional. Saturday morning, we all meet at the cabin. They've got gobs of trails. We feed the kids. It is not a drop off. We encourage parents to come and stay. If you're not coaching, if you're not riding a bike, this is the perfect time to get to know other parents on the team. It's a perfect time for the kids to get to know each other. Practices run fast. 90 minutes does not last a long time when you get to be on a bike, and there's a lot of instruction. So mountain bike camp is a great time for kids to make their friends. There is some instruction, but I will say that it is not a lot of organized practicing. It is a lot of kids going and playing in the dirt, running on a rope swing, fishing, creek stomping, building jumps, what have you, doing the feral children things. So it's a lot of fun. I do highly, highly recommend that you come. I believe it's April 26th. It's the last weekend in April. So mountain bike camp is the best thing that you can do to get involved in the team and to kind of just like really mesh. I don't see any other things from the other Devo board members, so I'm going to open up for questions. Come on, I know someone has a question.
Hey, Marissa.
Yes.
Talking on fit kits a little bit.
Oh yeah, fit kits again. Very important. The it's just hard to explain, but you got to go try them on. Make sure you try them on. Make sure you write down the size so you make sure that you get the right thing. Yes.
Can you talk about the different types of kits? Jerseys, bibs, skin suits,
Yeah.
running
so
shirts, BMX shirts?
There are different items that you can select. So the Grello, we call this Grello. It's not green. It's not yellow. It's just Grello. So it's our team color. We will always be in this because it's visible. There are the support crew kits are the black, white, and pink. The kids always get Grello. We've had some people that have decided they like pink more, but the kids do wear the Grello. It's visibility. So Coach Scott here, this is what we call a jersey and bibs. So bibs go over your shoulders and they keep your pants up. They go on and the jersey goes over them. There are shorts that do not have the bib straps. I think they're only for the youth sizes, and they are okay if your rider really doesn't like the straps, but they don't stay up quite as well. Next up, we have
Yeah, say something about bibs. I highly recommend bibs, and all the kids go down. I believe it's a 5 extra small. So my daughter, when she first started riding, she wore a 5 extra small skin suit and was like 40-ish pounds. So there's plenty of sizing options. Trust me, if you've never worn bibs and you ride a bike, you want bibs versus just regular shorts, and then your jersey goes over the top of it.
Yeah, so the skin suit is a one-piece suit. This is a teeny tiny one.
This is my size.
You can really squeeze in there.
This is a small.
That's a size small. They do stretch, so I will say,
This is Jackson's size. This is what he rides the track in. Your size.
yeah, so the skin suits, they did change. If you're used to skin suit sizing as a returning member, the skin suits that used to size down to 5 extra small no longer do that. They now have junior skin suits instead of adult skin suits that go down to 5 extra small. So I do suggest trying them on. So the skin suit is a one piece. If you're thinking about layers, when you have bibs, you have an extra layer, and the skin suit gets rid of that on top of your shoulders. As a female, it's like so many layers. If you have your sports bra and straps and then a jersey, sometimes a heart rate monitor. So I do recommend the skin suits.
No bib straps here, but it works like a
Yeah,
bib.
so it's one piece. So I do recommend those. Most of our kids do really like them.
And the unique thing about Vi's skin suits is they actually sew pockets in the back. A lot of like official speed suits, skin suits, don't have pockets in the back, so it's nice to put snacks or gels or whatever in the back. So they all the speed suits have pockets in the back.
Yep. There's also fleece and thermal options. I think you can ignore that. We will do a second kit order at the end of summer or middle of summer for fall winter items. This here is the, what do they call it?
Just like an athletic.
Athletic shirt.
If you're unsure and your kid isn't quite ready for spandex, but they think they might, could still pull off more of a running shirt style. And they have those over there as well.
Yep. And there also is, I think, a mountain bike BMX jersey. Those do run large. And then I am wearing the girls' crop top. A lot of the girls like these too. So that's kids. Like I said, there's skin suit. They call it a Warny suit. It's WARNNY. So if you have questions, there, when you click on the kids store link, Vi13 is based out of Michigan, and they are super responsive and super helpful. So I highly recommend if you have questions, please reach out to them. Yes.
Like one of the things we do at camp and you first practice is pass stuff down.
Yes.
Don't feel like you have to get one of everything.
Yeah.
If all you do is get in jersey and bibs, you're off to the races.
Yeah. So this is the third year that we're going to be in this design. One of the reasons we do that is because kits are expensive and the kids grow fast. So what we do at mountain bike camp and practices is it's kind of just been developed as you hand your stuff down to the next generation. So there is always, I have a massive bag of Midwest Devo kits that are not necessarily this design, but older designs. So you could still fly the colors. They're all still Grello. They might have some different colors and designs, but it's expensive enough. We always hand things down to the rest of the team as they grow. And then next year we will be changing our design. So we usually do at least 2 years in the same design, sometimes 3. So same with gear, shoes, socks, cycling caps, sometimes helmets. There is always a bunch of things that are donated to our team, not always Midwest Devo, but we always have a lot of things donated for the kids to just keep them clothed as they grow. Any other questions? Okay, we'll be around. Please try on your fit kits. Thank you so much for coming.